chatting with Oklahoma City Mayor Mick Cornett. Mick, we're a little more than a month out from a historic day, the NBA debuting in Oklahoma City on a full-time basis. Can you compare your excitement level with the way it was 3 years ago when we were nearing the first game with the Hornets?
Yeah, it's probably similar. I think we were moving on adrenaline back in '05, and we were just astonished not only with this incredible chain of events that had set us up into this position to be the first city ever to get a trial run at a major league franchise. And this time it's much more matter of fact. Last time I was having to help the ownership land on its feet. This time the ownership group knows as much about the city as I do, and so they don't need my help, which allows me to concentrate on other things, and which is good for the city. So it's much different for me. Just the fact that they're much less reliant on what I know and what I can do for them than the current team.
Ticket sales last week, of course, sold out of season tickets. Any reaction to the ticket sales and ticket process and the whole way the ticket thing went down?
There was no perfect way to do it. I think we probably could have sold 30,000 season tickets if we'd had the exact seat that everybody wanted. Now, some people take that to mean that the Ford Center is not big enough. The Ford Center size is fine. If you added 1,000 seats to the Ford Center, you'd be adding the 1,000 worst seats at the Ford Center. That's not where the demand is. The demand is down low. The demand is for those higher priced seats, those seats that you can almost reach out and touch the players, and no arena has enough of those. And so, that's where we are. They did a lottery. I thought they did the best they could, but people were going to be disappointed. And to a certain extent, many of those people had supported the Hornets, really gave me some grief until I didn't have a better solution. If you're going to complain about something, you better have a better idea. And there was no really good solution here. And I think one aspect of this was that when the Hornets came to town, they looked at the Ford Center, and I don't know how much time they spent on it, but probably not much, and that was they priced the arena. They said, this seat's worth this much, this seat's worth this much, this seat's worth that much. And I think I and many others were under the assumption that the arena had been priced correctly or forever for an NBA team. And I got to thinking at it one night, and I said, that's clearly not fair to this new ownership group, nor is it accurate to say that it was done correctly the first time, because we know under the set of circumstances that it was priced the first time. So for the new ownership group to say, this seat is worth this much, and this seat is worth this much, and because it's going to be the price, that it's based on from now on, is part of this whole equation that I don't think a lot of people really appreciate. A permanent franchise like this is different than the temporary franchise we had before. We'd like to say it was a cookie cutter and we're just moving on down the road, but it's fundamentally different. New ownership group, new ticket pricing, new players. It's really only the fans that have an opportunity to stay the same. Everything else changes.
One thing you mentioned when the Hornets first came was that they were fulfilling a desire that had gone unmet in Oklahoma City for high-end entertainment.
Right.
I guess that is an example of that. Is this what surprises me? But this phenomenon of when the Ford Center had empty seats for the Hornets, it was always the $10 seats that were empty. It's never the $900 seats. We've seen that with the ticket sales of the Thunder. Is that demand still out there in Oklahoma City? Or is that what the Thunder is meeting? Is that demand for high-end entertainment?
It's not only high-end entertainment, but it's things that are specifically Oklahoma City. Not something that's OU related or OSU related, but Oklahoma City related. Without a Division I basketball team, without a major league sports component, this city had a huge cavity for sports. High-level sports that was not being filled. And you could argue, based on the season ticket sales, that there's more capacity than we've currently filled. Although that's difficult to imagine today. Just being in the situation we are is mind-boggling enough.